Ladies and gentlemen, I am beyond thrilled to introduce our guest today, a figure of monumental historical importance. His profound impact continues to resonate in our hearts and society. A champion of civil rights and a symbol of peaceful resistance, he devoted his life to achieving equality and justice for all, through nonviolent protest and inspirational words that continue to stir the world. His legendary "I Have a Dream" speech remains one of the most iconic moments in American history. A speech that's influenced generations to strive for a world where character outshines the color of one's skin. His life's message continues to inspire countless people around the world to fight against injustice and strive for unity and equality. Friends, it's my incredible honor to welcome to the show the one, the only, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Brandon. I must say, though, it's not just one man's work we're talking about. The civil rights movement was a collective effort made up of countless individuals striving together for justice and equality. I may have been a voice for our cause, but it is the strength, bravery, and resilience of those who stood up against injustice that truly drove the movement. You see, the dream I spoke of is not my dream alone. It's a shared dream, a collective aspiration for a society where every individual, regardless of their skin color, can be judged by the content of their character. I'm merely a vessel, a representative of this shared vision, and I've committed my life to advocating for this fundamental human right. So I stand here not just as Martin Luther King Jr., but as a symbol of the collective aspirations and struggles of those who believe in a world where love and understanding triumph over hatred and division.
Your humility and your perspective on this collective struggle is deeply inspiring. The way you've been a voice for change, a beacon of hope, and a driving force for unity and justice is truly extraordinary. Now, I'm sure our audience would be fascinated to know more about your approach to nonviolent resistance, which was crucial to the civil rights movement. How did you come to adopt this strategy? And how did it shape your personal journey and the progress of the movement?
I've always believed in the transformative power of nonviolence, Brandon. My philosophy was heavily influenced by the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. His belief in nonviolent resistance, or satyagraha, as a means to combat social injustice resonated deeply with me. It's not about passivity, but about active resistance, about standing firm in the face of injustice while holding on to the principle of love. The essence of nonviolent resistance is not to humiliate or defeat the opponent, but to win their friendship and understanding. It's a struggle against evil, not against individuals who may be perpetuating those systems. It seeks to defeat injustice, not people. It's important to remember that the goal of our struggle was not just to change laws, but to change hearts, to create a society that recognizes the inherent dignity and worth of every human being. And I believe that nonviolence, rooted in love and mutual respect, is the most powerful way to achieve that. It's a challenging path, but one that holds the promise of true and lasting change.
Dr. King, your words really highlight the depth and potency of nonviolent resistance. It's not merely a strategy, it's a whole philosophy that transforms not just the social structures, but also people's hearts and minds. Building on that, I'm curious how you maintained hope and resolve in the face of significant adversity. There must have been countless moments of fear, of doubt. How did you navigate those, and what kept you moving forward?
Indeed, the path was not easy. We faced enormous adversity, instances of harsh violence, and yes, moments of fear and doubt. But remember, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. I found strength in my faith and the steadfast support of my family, and in the unyielding spirit of the people marching beside me. Every act of resistance, every peaceful protest, every voice that rose in unity served as a reminder of why we were fighting: for dignity, for justice, for a future where our children are not judged by the color of their skin, but by their character. I was also deeply moved by the love and solidarity shown by individuals who were not directly affected by the injustice we were fighting against. Seeing them join hands with us in the struggle proved to me that empathy and understanding could transcend divisions. At the end of the day, we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Our struggle was not just for the moment, but for the long arc of history, which, as I believe, bends towards justice.
Dr. King, your words are a testament to the power of hope and faith, even in the face of adversity. It's clear that your infinite hope, as you put it, has been a driving force, not just in your own journey, but in the hearts of millions who joined the fight for justice and equality. Given the historic significance and the profound personal impact, I think it's crucial that we discuss a tragic event that deeply affected not just the movement, but the entire world: your assassination. It's a difficult topic, but your legacy continues to inspire and inform us, even in the face of that tragedy. Can you share your thoughts on how you'd want people to respond to carry forward your mission in the wake of such a devastating event?
The question you raise touches upon something I've pondered many times. Life is a precious yet unpredictable journey. I've always understood that the path I've chosen could lead to hardship, even peril. But my focus has been and remains on the cause for which I stand. If such a tragedy were to occur, my hope is that it would not incite hatred or vengeance. Instead, I'd want it to serve as a catalyst for unity, for increased resolve to strive for justice and equality. For as I've said before, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. A movement doesn't belong to one person. It's the collective will of those who believe in a vision of love, unity, and justice. So in the wake of such an event, I hope people would remember not just me, but the principles for which we stand. I'd want them to press forward, to continue the nonviolent pursuit of equality and justice, to keep the dream alive until all of God's children are truly free at last.
Dr. King, your words, your actions, and your legacy are testament to the transformative power of unity, love, and nonviolent resistance. It's been an absolute privilege to hear your insights and to delve into your journey. As we draw this conversation to a close, I want to ask you one final question that we ask all our guests here on Echoes of the Ages. If there's one message, one thing that you would want to tell the world, what would that be?
Thank you, Brandon. If there is one truth I would share, it would be this. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. But it does not bend on its own. It bends because each of us, in our own way, puts our hands on that arc and bends it in the direction of justice. We must all strive to live a life of purpose, a life that stands for something greater than ourselves. We have a moral responsibility to fight against injustice, to lift our voices for those who cannot, and to make this world a better place for future generations. No act of kindness or stand for justice is ever too small. Each one is a step towards a more compassionate, more understanding world. So my message would be, let's continue to strive for justice, for unity, for understanding, and above all, for love. Let's all play our part in bending that arc toward justice.
Dr. King, your words carry an extraordinary weight of wisdom and resilience, a testament to your enduring legacy. Your message of unity, justice, and the power of individual contribution is as relevant and needed today as it was during the height of the civil rights movement. I believe everyone listening to this conversation can take something away from your words, something that encourages us to act, to stand for justice, and to extend love and understanding in our daily lives. Thank you, Dr. King, for sharing your insights, your experiences, and most importantly, your dream with us. It's been an absolute honor. And to everyone out there, remember, we all have a part to play in bending the arc toward justice. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.